All right, how's everyone doing? I am Rich Celenza. Thanks for checking out the Rich Celenza show. So, what I want to get into today is your clothing and does it match? Because I think a lot of people don't realize their clothes don't always match, which is fine. I mean, it happens to everybody, I think, to a certain degree. Sometimes what you think looks good or is matching doesn't necessarily, especially with men and dudes. I think also you have guys that overmatch, in my opinions, where they're just wearing the same color everywhere, or the same pattern everywhere, or the same brand everywhere. And I think you know what I'm talking about. It's almost over branding. And I think to a certain degree, they even call that dripping, or maybe dripping is when you wear a ton of different brands. You're just kind of showing off or something. It's kind of like peacocking with, to a certain degree, I guess. Let's put all that aside, but let's start paying attention to really what our clothes look like as far as matching from top to bottom. I think this is where it gets a little messy for a lot of dudes, where a lot of times they're only looking at, say, for instance, their shirt and their pants 99% of the time. And if they think those match, they're kind of golden, but they're kind of forgetting about the rest of their wardrobe as far as maybe accessories, maybe even their shoes, maybe even a hat, right? Maybe even a coat. And, I'm not even talking a sport coat. I'm talking just a jacket. I think a lot of times you think just because, oh, I got a black coat on, or I have a solid style, could be dark blue or whatever, windbreaker. It works. A lot of times you don't realize, like, you may have taken even photos and you're looking at yourself going, wow, that kind of looks whack. I got this color coat on with this color shirt with, say, khakis or something, where the shirt, again, and the pants worked, the coat didn't. Or the coat's working with the pants, the shirt all of a sudden doesn't look good. It's clashing. And again, you can dress any which way you want, but when you're getting dressed, really pay attention to the full ensemble. I can't explain that enough because most people don't. Not only that, how does it look on you? I describe all the time, it's not about the brand, it's about the fit. A lot of times, again, you don't realize your pants may be too long, right? Or they may just look weird on a certain type of shoe. You could be wearing a loafer, and for some reason, those pants don't look good with a loafer. They may be too long or too short. Same with a shirt, right? Sometimes things just don't work out. You have to pay attention to these things if you want to look good to a certain degree or stylized. You may be like, I don't give a shit. Well, that's fine. If you don't give a shit, you don't give a shit. But I'm here to tell you, if you do give a shit, you got to pay a little more attention. Same with even wearing accessories a lot of times. Sometimes you just see guys, they may be wearing even a watch, doesn't fit them correctly. A necklace, maybe too long, maybe too short, looks a little whack. A bracelet. Also, what's the condition these clothes are in? Back to matching. A lot of times you'll see a guy with a nice new shirt and his pants are destroyed. Or the pants look fine and the shirt's just worn out, wrinkled, or who the hell knows. Or their pants, shirt, and shoes look great, but they're wearing a jacket that looks 15, 20 years old, worn out, especially if it's like a leather. Pay attention to these things. They all showcase exactly who you are as far as, your style goes. And I think a lot of times we don't pay attention to those, or we kind of half-ass it. And that goes for athleisure wear or just athletic wear in general. A lot of times you'll go in a gym, and I'm not saying you wear whatever the hell you want to wear to a gym or do whatever the hell you want to do. And again, I'm not. But a lot of times you'll be looking at a gym and being like, what the hell happened to this dude? Because a lot of people go to the gym, or before they go to the gym, they dress a certain way, or leaving the gym, dressed a certain way, and nothing's really working. The shorts are too long, the shirt may be too tight, or the socks sometimes that they're wearing with the gym shoe looks out of whack. The whole thing. Again, if you want to look that way, that's fine. Do whatever you want to do. But I think you can look really cool just matching some things up. Now, I'm not, again, saying overmatching. I'm not saying that, again, if you wear Nike, you got to wear top to bottom all the time. I discussed this in my other videos where blending some other brands in there I think works really well. I do that with Strong Arm Sports, one of my sponsors. His shirts and hats with a lot of my Nike shorts and pants, or athleisure wear pants, or sweatpants, whatever you want to call them. All right, let's get into colors. Back to overmatching. Just sometimes people try to take, let's just take a gray. I like grays a lot of times. And, you know, they'll take a gray and then they'll try to match this gray with something similar. Just go with a black. That's going to work. Trying to match a gray with a gray, very hard. Very similar to red. Trying to match a red, let's just say, for instance, with another red, very hard. For some reason, with certain blues, it works out a lot better. For light blue, matches, or, you know, a lot of times blues work better. But be very aware because, again, overmatching, again, not even brand wise, I'm just saying colors specifically. I see a lot of dudes, and I'm not a khaki guy. They'll be wearing khaki pants and they wear kind of like a khaki shirt. It's whack to me. I'm just saying. Also, too, like even white sometimes. Like you can wear, I see guys wearing white jeans, right? Or just some type of white pants. And then they're wearing a white type of t shirt. If the fabric doesn't work together, you got to be aware of that as well. You can't, like, and don't get me wrong, sometimes you could pull it off, but sometimes if you got a certain sheen on a white, and then you have, say it's, I don't know if it's polyester, microfiber, whatever, say shirt or something, and you're wearing cotton pants, again, or vice versa, it looks kind of whack. It's not matching. Even though it's the same color, again, it's the material or the sheen. And, you know, a lot of people don't realize these things, and I understand that if you were never taught that. But step back and start looking at not only yourself, but other people and how they dress. And you can dress, again, I'm going to say it, any way you want. But I think after a while, you'll start to see what I'm talking about when it comes to really looking really good and somebody who knows how to match their clothes correctly. I kind of like mixing and blending a lot of different things. And sometimes I even get a little whack with my matching. I'm not always the best with it because I try to go a little vintage with maybe in certain colors that are a little, you know, whatever. That's just my own issues. But I am going to wrap it up with this, with patterns. You know, a lot of times we have these pattern shirts, right? You're trying to match them with maybe certain pattern pants. Get away from it. If you're going to go pattern shirt, go solid bottom. I'm just telling you, it will work. Okay, especially if you go shorts. I see a lot of guys with these wacky shorts. Then they're trying to match a wacky pattern shirt with it. I'm like, dude, you gotta go. And if you kind of go wacky pattern that's the same on the shirt, wacky pattern on the shorts or pants, it becomes a costume, I think. And I don't mean to disregard a lot of people's fashion sense because they can dress any way you want. That's cool in the gang, like I keep saying. But I think sometimes just going, if you're going to go wacky pattern, minimize it. But again, make sure the colors match too. Because when you're buying your clothes, this is just my theory. You want to make sure they work with a lot of what you have. If you only want to wear it once in a while, that's fine. But there's two things I really don't like about buying wacky patterns. One is, again, it doesn't match with a lot of other things, which aggravates me because I like to wear a lot of different stuff and wear it as many times as I want. The other thing is, if it's so wacky, you wear it once, everybody notices it, right? And you're like, oh my God, look at this thing. Then every time you wear it, it seems like you're always wearing it. I don't like that for me. I want to wear things that you never remember what I'm wearing, but you like them when you see them, kind of. That's just something that I like to do. So, anyways, just please pay attention that your shit matches, all right? And I mean from kind of top to bottom. And sometimes you may miss here and there, but if you got a wristband watch that's yellow and you're wearing all these other colors and it doesn't work, again, you can do it for a standout piece because I kind of like certain things like that. But kind of make sure it works with the outfit. Even a pocket scarf. A lot of times, I like a pocket scarf that really doesn't match with anything I'm wearing, which it kind of blows it out, right? And it could be a tie like that where it blows it out. Those are kind of unique pieces that you can definitely utilize to do that. But again, it's blowing out and it's looking great, but it's not clashing at the same time with anything. I don't want things or pieces for you to put together where it's cool and it's unique, but it's also clashing with something else. And I think a lot of people really do that with shoes sometimes. And I get you want your shoes to stand out, but sometimes people go so far with the shoe, you start to look like bozo. Where instead of, making your outfit or, to the next level, or looking great, you kind of look a little out of whack with it. And also shoes, I will wrap it up with this officially. Man, just make sure you got decent shoes that are in decent shape. That goes for the sole. They're clean. They fit you correctly. They're not flopping all over the place. The shoelace doesn't look destroyed if you have one. The buckles, it just looks good. Again, it's tough to have a really nice outfit on and your shoes look 20 years old or worn out. and vice versa. I'm just telling you, you got beautiful, nice shoes and your jeans look like they're destroyed. They're ripped on the bottom or whatever the case may be. If that's the look, then that's okay. You know what I'm saying. But if your stuff just looks wrinkled and trashed, and you're kind of blending new pieces with worn old, and some of us get caught up with that because old clothes or shoes are, it's like a, it's very comfortable, and you'd hate to get rid of them, but sometimes it's just time to clean out that closet, start fresh, start blending clothes that work. I'm good at buying one piece at a time because I really have my closet memorized. But a lot of times people will buy separate pieces and then they get home, and as much as they like them, they don't work with anything else they have. And what I would recommend is getting black and gray jeans, or, for the most part, if you're casual, those will go with everything. Maybe even throw in a white, but whatever. And go with a lot of solids at the beginning. I talk a lot about this in downsizing, not getting caught up with all these different types of accessories and clothing that you don't wear that often, or spending money. It's just dead inventory. So I'm going to wrap it up there, but I think you got the point there. Try to match up your shit a little better, but don't overmatch. Just saying, that's just my opinion. You can do whatever you got to do. All right. If you get a chance, check out my podcast, The Rich Celenza Show. I'm also on LinkedIn, Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram. If you get a chance, subscribe if I didn't say that already. And if you want to know more about me, richcelenza.com or masteringselfconfidence.com. You got any questions or comments, hit me up.